the latest episode of On the Beaten Track. Jumping down on Bantons Lake on the Wyreside complex for this session, but unfortunately this session started the story of woe and misery because I lost the fish just after 5 o'clock this morning, just due to a cut-off. Arrived yesterday afternoon and set up in a swim called Luna. Got the rod sorted before there's a few fish in the area, and then I just had the feeling about my middle rod this morning. It just went down absolutely perfect, hit the clip perfect, and got a real firm crack down on a nice gravel clear area next to a big weed bed. Sure enough, just after 5 o'clock, the middle rod's gone off. Typically when I've been doing a bit of filming, so scrambled to the rod, put the camera down, lifted into it, it's charged off straight into the weed. It's locked up solid for a couple of minutes, managed to free it. Had it moved in open water, it's just sort of gone from weed bed to weed bed until it was about 50 yards out, weeded me up solid again, and then I just kept steady pressure on, and as I was just pulling back through, it's just cut me off. So a bit gutting really, but it's a good sign that at least it's working. I've got all 3 rods on 3 different spots, all on sort of quite shallow gravel areas. The temperatures yesterday were sort of low 20s, I think it's meant to be about 26 degrees today, so I just had the feeling about them shallower gravel areas doing a fish, and I said there's a few fish sort of cruising over them last night, so it's a bit of a gutter to lose one so early on, but I said we've still got plenty of time left, so hopefully we'll be able to even the scores a little during the session, but so just keep you updated for the rest of the session. Hopefully we'll manage to nick another one. Right, so just coming into night number 2 now. It's been really quiet today, hence the lack of updates. It says nothing happened at all since I lost that fish this morning. I got the rod straight back on the spot, managed to get some more bait out before the gulls started battering me, but I say other than that there's been absolutely nothing. It's been absolutely roasting all day today, so I spent most of the day just trying to stay in the shade, to be honest, but yeah, it's been very quiet. So we've got all 3 rods back out for tonight now. I did debate putting a second rod on the spot that I lost the fish from this morning, but it's quite a tight spot and there's not really enough room for 2 rods. You've got a massive bank of weed to the right and more weed to the left, and with the amount of weed, my line lay is absolutely awful at the moment. It's impossible to even sink your line, so my line lay is awful down to the spot, so I just don't think having a second rod cutting through the water onto that spot is going to be doing me any favours, so I decided to fish the rods on 3 different spots, all sort of clear areas in and around weed. I've got my left-handed is on a slightly deeper area, slightly more silty, around about 6 feet of water. Middle rod is back on where I lost the fish from this morning, and my right-handed is at the other end of that weed bed again, in probably only about 3 feet of water in a nice clear gravel area. So we'll see what happens tonight. I think our best chance is going to be sort of through the night and early morning. It's set to be another scorching again tomorrow, so I think tonight and morning are going to be our best bets, but hopefully we manage to actually put one on the bank before we go anyway. So if you don't see me during the night, I'll catch you up with you in the morning. Shortly after 5 o'clock, about 5:30 this time, middle rod's going into absolute meltdown. Lifted into that fish, and she's gone from weed bed to weed bed, same as the last one. And then as I've been playing, that one, left-hander, fished on a different spot, absolutely roared off. So I got me mate making the next swim. I've shouted him. Luckily we had 2 of us here, it would have been a bit of a mess, but after a bit of nip 1 pail 2, we managed to get this one in the net. The other one is still weeded up solid. It's been taking me from weed bed to weed bed. I've probably been playing it for the last hour and a half at least. That one's weeded up solid. That one looks like a really good fish, to be fair, so I'm just crossing my fingers that I actually managed to get that one in. I've just put the rod back on the rest because it hasn't moved for a good while now, but yeah, at least we managed to even the scores at least anyway. This one's gone 19.5. gorgeous dark fish again. I'll just flip them around, show you the other side quickly. There's the other side, just as lovely. So I had the feeling it was going to happen last night, so there's quite a few fish in the area, so I gave them a decent hit of bait over each rod. They got half a kilo over each rod. And then I said, while I was stood there playing the other fish that's weeded up at the moment, I sort of knew the other rod was going to go off because there was fish showing all over me, sure enough it has. So just lucky to get one of them in, because the weed is absolutely savage. So I'm going to slip this one back and hope we can get the other one in, because I'd love to be able to show you that one. It does look like a good fish. Anyway, catch you later. It's turned into absolute carnage this morning. This is the one that you saw me playing before. It's had me weeded up for probably a good hour and a half. I ended up having to get the boat out. Managed to get on top of it, get into the other side of the weed bed where it was buried. And then it's gone from weed bed to weed bed again, towed me around in the boat. Eventually slipped the net under him. He's one angry carp. And then just as I was out in the middle of the lake in the boat, I've heard the shout, turned around and mixed into one as well. Another lovely mid-double. One of the new stockies by the look of it. So it just goes to show you, spent 36 hours without a fish, and then had 3 within the space of a couple of hours, so persistence pays off in the end. Just flipping around, show you the other side. Just as nice on this side. So both been targeting the sort of shallower gravel areas out in just next to the big weed beds that are out there. I topped all 3 spots up last night, probably put about half a kilo, maybe 3/4 of a kilo of the Pacific tuna over each rod. Last night I said there was fish in the area, and I thought I should have had the bite really, so fresh hit the bait and it's done it. So this one was off a sort of 3-foot spot, and then the other one, 19 I had earlier, was off a deeper spot, just 6 foot again, just clear gravel with weed around it. So yeah, going home happy anyway, and absolutely knackered after that boat battle. Great session. Right, that brings us to the end of another session now. It's probably some of the most hectic fishing I've ever had this morning. So it's just crazy. So that first fish around about 5:30 I actually hooked it, and then it's just weed bed to weed bed. It just went solid, and I could sense a double run coming. There's fish showing all over the top of me, over all 3 spots, and I just knew it was going to happen, and of course it did. Just lucky that Mick was in the next swim. I just shouted him and he quickly ran down. It was actually the second fish I hooked that we landed first, so the other one was just weeded solid. So did the shots of that one and everything, got it back. Managed to get the other one moving again, but it was literally just going from weed bed to weed bed. Every time I got any line on it at all, it was just flat rodding me and ploughing straight back through the weed. So in the end, we had to get the boat out, so there was no way I was going to pull it through that amount of weed. So I went round, got the boat, managed to get the other side of the weed bed that it was in. It had actually gone straight through one big weed bed and out the other side, and was buried about 20 yards into another one, just further out. But then after a bit of to and throw, I managed to slide the net under him. And then literally just as I was rowing myself back to shore, I heard a shout and Mick was into one as well. And then that one had weeded him up solid too, so we quickly put mine in the sling, ran round, got the boat out for Mick, and then managed to net his as well. So yeah, both going home happy. Me having 2, lost 1, and Mick having 1. So yeah, it's been a good session all round. It's absolutely baking hot again today. So I'm not going to stick around too much longer. Everything's packed away now. I've just got one. I only recast one rod before because in a bit of a mess. So just cast one rod back onto the spot where I'd had the 2 fish from, and then yeah, just see. Might give another 20 minutes or so, but so I think by time's probably gone now because it's absolutely roasting. So hope you've enjoyed this diary piece anyway. So I'll probably be back on Bantons for most of the summer now, I would imagine. So shouldn't be the last diary piece I do this year here. So yeah, I'll catch you next time I'm out on the bank and tight line as always.